everybody, welcome to the next episode of Decants with D. Today is Mother's Day and we are drinking champagne on Mother's Day. I am Dietmar Ostermann and I'm the regular guy from Long Island. So, I have 3 bottles of champagne selected. One, the Veuve Clicquot, is the legendary champagne icon out of France, out of the Champagne region. Everybody knows the gold and yellow famous label in the dark green bottle. We also have here a strong contestant with an elegant looking turquoise bottle. This is the Marquis de la Mystériale, also a French champagne. And then the third contestant here is the Champagne de Margerie. Now this one is also in a gold bottle. The yellow is not quite as in your face as it is for the Veuve Clicquot. Now the Veuve Clicquot is our house favorite. My wife at Mother's Day loves it. So we are typically drinking this, but we have been seeking for alternatives because the Veuve Clicquot, quite frankly, is $48 and it's getting harder and harder and harder to find it discounted for less. Now, the La Mystériale also typically retails for $48. But most recently there were significant discount offers sponsored by some of the Vivino merchants. And I think I got this bottle for about half, maybe $28 or $27. And the de Margerie was heavily sponsored by Total Wine. So I definitely got this for about half. I think I paid maybe $25 for this bottle. So there are some real alternatives. This one retails normally for $39, this one for $48, this one for $48. But those two discounted often right now, at least in the New York area. Okay, if you don't have a saber handy to open the bottle, then what you will do is you hold it on a 45-degree angle, you open up the cage and you twist the cork with the cage to open it out, and that way you don't spill any of the beautiful champagne. Cork out. So let's get started with the Veuve Clicquot. Brilliant champagne color. It has this typical in-your-face aroma of zest with a little bit of a buttery touch to it. Vanilla. It's just so cool, so refreshing, so nice. Very nice bouquet. Let's give it a whirl. Right here, a whirl.
It's 10 in the morning.
On the palate, even keeled, well balanced, a little bit of this elegant champagne bitter, if you know what I mean. It's really, really interesting, right? It has this zesty taste, but then it has this bitter, making it more interesting taste at the same time, while it has some buttery nuances to it. The finish, perfect, long, lingering on. Very pleased. This, you can do nothing wrong, and this is the non-vintage bottle, so you don't have to go aged champagne. It's a completely different ballgame, completely different taste. This is very good. Okay, let's try the second contestant, shaking out the glass with the new champagne to eliminate the tastes and liquids of the previous champagne in the glass. Okay, same beautiful, brilliant blonde gold color. The aromas are different. These aromas are still lemony, zesty, but they have a little bit more of a subtle, solid, mineral type of aroma in it. Quite different. Excellent. It is zesty, it is fresh, mineral on the palate, just as elegant as a Veuve Clicquot. Very pleased with this La Mystériale. Okay, let's check out the third contestant. This is a champagne currently pushed quite a bit by Total Wine. The wine merchants would say it's equal to Veuve Clicquot, but typically less. The color is beautiful, small bubbles. All right, let's give it a sniffy sniff. It doesn't have the same zest as the other two. It's a little bit more even keeled, lower profile in the aromas. Let's give it a whirl. Not bad, but clearly not as good as and elegant as the other two. It has a little bit of a less fresh, less inspirational note on the palate, much more mellow and even keeled, almost like an older vintage champagne. Yeah, the finish is medium. So clearly, out of those three, I like the De Margerie the least. I always like the Veuve Clicquot, so that's an easy one for me. But I have to say, this Marquis de la Mystériale is a real worthwhile discovery. I can only encourage you to try to give it a try. Regular price $48, just as the Veuve, but there's a chance you're getting it on Vivino quite discounted right now. This one ranked 4.2 on Vivino. The La Mystériale ranked 4.2 as well, and the De Margerie was 4.1. I give this one a 3.5, and yes, I agree that these are far better. In fact, I would give both of these a 4.5 in my own rating. And now I'm going to have Mother's Day brunch with my family. So from my family to yours, happy Mother's Day.